calling. Friday, why?
It's not just Friday, Stripes, it's Good Friday.
What makes it a Good Friday? It just seems like the same as any other day to me. I don't know why it's good.
This is the day we remember when Jesus died.
How did he die?
Let me tell you the story.
Oh, you know I love stories.
Jesus arrived in Jerusalem riding on a donkey.
Why didn't he ride a unicorn?
Because it had been said a long time ago that the king would come riding on a donkey.
Is Jesus a king?
Yes, he was the one that people had been waiting for a long time.
Oh.
So Jesus arrived in Jerusalem. Some people were happy about this and other people weren't happy. He taught about God. He healed people who were sick. He had a final meal together with his friends and explained to them what would happen to him, but they didn't understand.
What did happen?
Jesus gets arrested.
Whoa, what did he do wrong?
Well, they take him to the high priest called Pilate and told him that Jesus had been claiming to be a king. Pilate didn't want to get involved, so he sent Jesus to King Herod, hoping that Herod would fix the problem.
And did Herod fix the problem?
Well, no. Herod didn't think that Jesus had done anything wrong, so he sent him back to Pilate. Pilate questioned him some more, but he still didn't think that Jesus was guilty of anything.
There seems to be a lot of back and forth for Jesus here. To Pilate, to Herod, to Pilate. So what did Pilate do?
Well, each year there was a tradition during the Passover, which was the time they were celebrating, to let one prisoner go free. So Pilate asked the crowd if they wanted him to free Jesus, the King of the Jews.
What did the crowd say?
They wanted the prisoner Barabbas to go free, who had done lots of horrible things, and they started shouting for Jesus to be crucified.
What is crucified?
It was the way they killed people in those days by nailing them to a cross of wood and leaving them hanging on it until they died.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yes, it was a very slow and painful way to die. Pilate didn't believe that should happen to Jesus, but the crowds were shouting louder and louder, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" Pilate eventually gave up and gave in to the crowd. Jesus was taken away and the soldiers whipped him until he bled, and they put a crown of thorns on his head.
That all sounds really horrible.
Yes, it was. Then they led Jesus up a hill to be crucified. They nailed him to a wooden cross and lifted him up to hang there until he died. There were 2 robbers who were crucified on each side of him. One of the robbers shouted, "If you are the Christ, the Messiah, then save yourself and us." The other robber said, "You and I deserve our punishment, but Jesus has done nothing wrong."
Wow, those robbers both had very different responses to Jesus.
Yes, they did. Jesus replied to the second robber that because he believed, he would be with him in paradise.
Wow, so what happened to Jesus on the cross?
Well, even though it was in the middle of the day, darkness came over the land and Jesus died.
I still don't understand why this day is called Good Friday. All you've done is tell me a story about someone who dies.
Well, just like the 2 robbers, we all have a choice. One robber decided to reject Jesus and make fun of him, whilst the other believed in who Jesus was and put his faith in him. Jesus died so we could come back to him, back into a good relationship with God, and everything we have done wrong will be forgiven. That is why this day is called Good Friday.
Wow, that does make it a Good Friday, to have everything that I have ever done wrong forgiven. Will I be forgiven for hitting my brother and getting angry at my mum?
If you choose to follow Jesus and put your faith in him, then yes, you will.
Wow, Bluey, this is such amazing news. I'm going to tell all my friends.
That's a great idea, Stripes.
Thanks for calling, Bluey.
You're welcome, Stripes. Speak to you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.